You're here.
Oh my God, would you look at the time?
Back in the attic. Episode 16, can you believe it?
I can, actually. Chined on. There we go. Cheering today with a,
Red Bull.
not sponsored, Toro Rojo. It's the off-brand version.
Does that translate to Red Bull in Spanish?
Maybe. Let us know in the comments down below.
What did you say? Toro Rojo?
Toro Rojo.
Oh, it's Red Bull.
Yeah, come on, man. They taught you that in third grade. They taught you that in third grade. Is that what this podcast is going to be about?
Third grade?
About our sleep?
No. Well, no. I'm not having Red Bull. Maybe I should, but I don't have one in my hand. We talked about doing like a Thirsty Thursday, but this week I'm going no bull. You going Toro Rojo?
There you go. It's like my friend Totoro. My friend Totoro.
There you go. Have you seen those movies? The Studio Ghibli films?
I've seen the one where I think it's the dude with the white mask and the black eyes.
Spirited Away.
And then that might be the only one I've seen.
Okay, well maybe there's a lot.
I know there's a lot,
but you saw the one that everyone I think
My Friend
praises the
Totoro.
most. Well, you saw Spirited Away. Totoro is Totoro is kind of. I would say, no, not kind of. Totoro is the mascot of Studio Ghibli.
Right.
Ironically, not.
It looks like Big the Cat.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Ironically, it wasn't their first film, but it is the one that they get the most notoriety for. There's so many plushes of that character and stuff. Maybe it's because it's the most marketable of those earlier films.
The movie Spirited Away, it was trippy. The part that I remember the most is, I think they were in a market area, and I don't know if it was they envisioned that it was a bunch of food.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was food. It was just a bunch of pigs.
So it's interesting.
I don't remember that part. But it was something along the lines.
I don't know if the food was technically imaginary. Oh, first off, hi everybody. How's it going?
Oh, what's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to episode 16 of the ATTICC.
We didn't see you there. No, the film, for those who don't know, and I'm not going to go into any big spoilers, but...
They all die.
No, it starts off with a little... Well, I don't know.
And their spirits go away. The end.
I mean... Maybe. So, it starts off with a little girl, and she's moving to a new town or a city with her parents. They're, road tripping, and they stop at this place to rest, and they see this kind of, I don't know, not necessarily a castle, but it's kind of this regal-looking village, marketplace, and it's abandoned. And I don't know if the food that they find is imaginary, but as the parents are just engorging and just, enjoying the bountiful feast in front of them, they start to slowly become what they are acting like, and then become pigs.
Yeah, I just remember
a
bunch of food and
she's
seeing
scared.
pigs.
Yeah. That was a terrifying scene, and beautifully animated, mind you.
Yeah, that was a trippy scene.
Those films are notorious for just beautifully animating food. I think the food in those films, no matter what, make me hungry. That and there's a lot of random food things that in films that I think about. Have you seen the Goofy movie?
Yeah, but it's been a while, bro. And it's always playing at the house, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the kids there, they love watching it. And sometimes when I go, I'm washing dishes or meal prepping, I see it in the background. But I don't remember it. I don't remember any specific
It's a quick
scenes.
scene. This is something more, I think it's an inside joke with my siblings.
Uh-huh.
But there's a scene where they order pizza when they're in this little, motel.
Uh-huh.
And, they do, a cheese pull. They take a slice out of the pizza, and it's, so stretchy. And I remember seeing that as a kid and just being I need...
Dude, I blame, those late 90s, the Ninja Turtles especially, but just our love for pizza. They really marketed the hell out of pizza from us growing up.
Oh yeah,
Like I don't think that was a thing like in the 80s or the 70s. Like I think that they really pushed pizza. And I think like nowadays they're really pushing like the Mexican food, like the tacos and the tequila especially. So I feel like
Do you think you see that more now that you're in California?
um yes, I mean yeah, I mean I don't know. I never really looked at it that way, but like for sure, I mean I don't think there's denying that the boom of the tequila industry has been like really exploited in these past few years,
Right.
especially with the celebrity tequilas. LeBron James really like started pushing like his Taco Tuesdays, and a bunch of people just like
He does that?
they love going out for like Mexican food and all that. So I feel like it wasn't like that in the past. Like it was I think I mentioned it in last week's episode where like Mexican food was kind of like looked down on, like it was cheap food. But I think now it's kind of turning more into like, yo, there's like so much different stuff that you can make. Like I showed you that place
Oh yeah.
that we gotta hit up.
Yeah.
That looks so cool. It's like an authentic Mexican style, like because over there in Mexico you can be walking down the market. It looks just like someone's house,
Mhm.
but you are more than welcome to just come in, sit down, and it's like a restaurant. And they have the mariachi playing there. They have the handmade tortillas and the comal that's like fresh coal burning like in the oven. That just looks like an amazing experience. Like we have to, like, that's one place we have to hit up. Like I want to hit it up and post some videos about it. So you guys stay tuned to those reels on ChrisCross Media. We've been posting them on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're on there. So if you guys have been growing up with us and growing along with us for all these years, we got some content that I'm sure you guys are gonna love.
I know I say this. I feel like a broken record. Did I show you my list of like videos and things that like video ideas and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited to like get video content onto ChrisCross. That's something that's like a big goal of mine. I know that we have 1,000 things going on at once, and it's hard to grow at a pace that you want to grow, especially when you have thousands of ideas and trying to like pinpoint exactly what you want it to be. But yeah, I'm excited for a lot of the things that we've been discussing. Some really cool ideas.
I know.
Things moving forward. Also,
there's just not enough time, man. There's not enough time in the world. I had some guy hit me up yesterday. Like, yo, when are you gonna do these skits? The skits that I was telling you I wanted to do.
which one?
The Halo skits.
Oh yeah.
And because they saw that one I made and they really liked it. But I was telling them like how I told you last week. I'm like, man, like I wish I could do them, but right now until they don't make an update to the theater mode, oh man, it. How I was explaining it yesterday was that like it takes the fun out of the creation. Like you can have this perfect idea, write a little script. These are the shots I want to grab. But the moment you get into the actual video game and try to film it and try to get the shot you try to get, it takes so long. You get so frustrated that at that point it's like this isn't even fun anymore. Now, mind you can get away with doing 1-2 skits and you can probably be okay, but it's not sustainable to where like you're gonna be able to do this all the time because man, it gets frustrating. And when you're already crunched for time, you're like, so they've been implementing, they being 343, they've been implementing some changes. Last season they updated it a little bit, and then season 5 is launching soon. I'll be at the Halo World Championship in Seattle.
Wow.
In October 13th to the 15th. So if anyone's...
That's a couple of weeks.
Yeah, if anyone's going out there, see you over there.
Your first time in Seattle?
It's going to be my first time in Seattle. It's going to be my first event that's been officially sanctioned by Halo, because the previous one I went to was in 2009, which was MLG Columbus, but that was by MLG. Halo did not have like their official esports tournament. This will be my first time ever getting to meet a lot of these people from that community. So with that being said, season 5 is right around the corner. I'm hoping for some changes to theater mode. If they make those changes to theater mode, you will definitely see those clips, because I was already telling Chris like the idea I had in mind, and the script itself is already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just got to get the shots, but it needs to be feasible to where, like, all right, I can do this. I can say, hey, I can consistently do this and not completely like burn myself out, because that's the last thing I want. The last thing I want is for this not to be fun anymore. Honestly, yes, we're on episode 16, but to me, this has been super fun. Hopefully, I know a lot of people have enjoyed it. You guys let us know in the comments down below. So, yeah, I can't wait for that stuff to come out, for this podcast to go video mode, and for us to get more videos out on CCM. It's going to be good, man. 2023, we're going to finish it with a bang. And then 2024, it's on and popping.
So, okay, a few things I want to touch base on. Number one, Toys R Us is like officially unscrapped.
Unofficially.
Unscrapped. You know, like we've talked about this before on the channel. I've posted unscrapped videos. I even went to one of the Toys R Us setups they have at Macy's. At a lot of the Macy's, if not all of the Macy's, there's like a mini Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. But then you sent me a news today that they're going to be opening up 24
stores, yeah.
Toys R Us actual stores in the U.S.
Yeah. And you got, that's got to be thanks to obviously the boom in toys coming back. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a perfect time to talk about our sponsor, Entertainment Earth. Now, guys, we do know that Toys R Us is coming back. They're opening up brick and mortar stores for all of you kids to enjoy, as well as us adults. Or maybe you have kids of your own. You got to go in there and check them out. But if you choose not to go out into the wild and you want to do your shopping online, feel free to go to entertainmentearth.com. Use our special code down below to earn yourself 10% off. It helps you. It also helps us. We do a lot of shopping. Well, Chris has been doing a lot of shopping on there. I'll be going on there soon. If you guys have a code, let me know. I'll help you guys out as well. But again, guys, if you shop for more than $79, Chris, you also get free shipping as well.
That's true.
And if they don't give you free shipping, hit me up. I'll pay you. I'll pay the shipping. I'll find a way to pay the shipping for you. But yeah, shout out to Entertainment Earth. Thank you guys for supporting us as we support you. And Toys R Us is coming as well, so you can shop anywhere. I'm super excited.
And I'm just going to highlight a couple of items that are really hot right now, that they're really trying to push as a new promotion, hey, check this out. You might find it interest with your audience. Mm-hmm. So one of them that I absolutely love is the Spider-Man Marvel Legends. They have this Spider-Man Marvel Legends series.
Okay.
And they have the Green Goblin Deluxe 6-inch figure from Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's the Willem Dafoe version.
Is it like the battle scarred one, or?
Yeah, I'll show you right here. Look at this.
Dang.
This is a nice looking. This is a nice looking.
That's a nice goblin.
Look at that.
That's a nice looking goblin.
Dang.
The detail.
Isn't he so great?
The detail, and it comes with the one with the mask too.
Yeah, and it comes with the mask.
I'm telling you guys, spooky season is already here. We're officially in October.
Oh, it got cold finally, yeah?
Yeah, it's finally cold. I don't need to
worry about... kind of sweater-looking thing right here.
I don't need to worry about not having AC running at night. The room is nice and cool. I keep the window open. Nice little breeze.
Oh, my gosh. This is the weather I love.
This is like the weather like in Mexico, man. It could be super hot in the morning, but then at night you get that perfect breeze. It's like... This is
down to the 60s?
Yeah, this is the perfect weather right here. You can't complain. But it's funny just seeing all the regular Californians out here.
Freezing.
Yeah, they think it's so cold. Like on Sunday, I was out there meal prepping my food, which I guess perfect segue with what I want to talk about. But I was meal prepping my food, and I'm out there in a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm just grilling. I could just tell they're looking at me like, this guy, isn't he cold?
I think, if you live outside of California, you do have, and this is a big blanket statement, so it's a little false, but I feel like you do have a little bit more of a tougher exterior, especially coming from like the cold states of like Wisconsin, Michigan,
Canada,
Illinois, just the Midwest, right? But, and I'm still thick-skinned, but I'm starting to acclimate to this weather.
Yeah,
and like I've been getting cool. Like I get cold. I'm getting cold. Not to the point where I'm throwing, like, I see people like in this weather the last couple of days like putting what I would call a winter jacket. I would say this is like light jacket. Maybe you put on like a second layer, like a hoodie. Like I have like a slightly thicker, like longer sleeve shirt today.
Yeah, you can.
A windbreaker.
Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I am kind of like just trying to toughen it out. Like, oh, nah, it's not cold. Like, I'll just toughen it out. But like low key, yeah, it's a little chilly. But like, I can toughen it out. But it's not wrong to wear like a hoodie, like you're saying. But yeah, when I see the people busting out the North Face, what are those Canadian Goose jackets? I'm like, yo,
but
bro,
like
chill.
the thick, poofy ones.
Yeah. Talk about the big boys. Like, what are you guys going up to Yellowstone, Yosemite? What are you guys doing out here? Like, I don't see no snow.
But can you imagine though? If you grew up here, you're used to the white beach and sand, and then all of a sudden,
no, yeah, I know where they're coming from. But yeah, so I was meal prepping this Sunday, and that's why I asked you, like, did we record? Like, what was the last time we recorded? But like last Friday, when last week's episode went up, that's where like I was talking about how I was gonna like weigh in, and it was gonna be my base set, going forward. I kind of readjusted my calories. I was checking my body fat percentage and everything. And last Friday was officially 40 days in since I had kind of have started like being consistent at the gym, being consistent with my meals. I haven't been perfect by any means, so this is just a testament to anyone out there who's trying to like either gain or lose weight, is that you don't have to be perfect. You just got to have a plan and aim to get to that plan as much as you can. And in those 40 days, I'm pretty much say I'm down 13 pounds. So it averaged around 2 pounds a week, which is what I'm aiming for. So I'm super excited about that, So I wanted to update everybody since I don't have an update. I don't have an update on the guitar thing. I told you guys I was going to update you guys on the weight loss.
I did want to hear about that.
Yeah, so, I'm 13 pounds down. I'm going to, when this episode goes live, I'm going to weigh myself before the episode goes live. And I'll definitely let you guys know in the comments. And join us, man. We've been doing the live podcast videos on YouTube. And we've had people come on as the episode goes live and chat as the episode is playing. I don't know if we're going to do it for this one. But
yeah, we definitely jump in the comments. If we have a premiere, it's always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, if it's a premiere.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say.
Which is we will definitely make announcements on our socials if we plan to do a premiere. But yeah, those are so much fun. One, just listening to the podcast is always a joy. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. I'm like, oh, that's my voice. I still, and I know what we talked about, but it's still enjoyable to hear our stories. But it's more enjoyable when we get to interact with all of you, and it just feels more one-to-one and personal, and it's a good time. It's a really good time.
So that's my little update for weight loss. And if I was even I posted like my meal preps. I post not all the time, but for the most part I post when I'm cooking or whatever. And this last week I posted that I'm like, shoot, I should sell these.
I saw that.
Like I'm like, I should sell these. I actually had 2 people hit me up. I know it's 2 people. But they're like, hey, if you're for real, I'll buy it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of like, I've been just doing the chicken, the rice, and the broccoli.
Do you do that every single day? All the meals are the same?
Yeah. I mean, that's for the most part. I've either been doing chicken thighs or chicken breast, which I season myself. I haven't just because I'm on a budget. So I obviously, if I had a little bit more money, I'd throw in some steak in there. Maybe like half steak, half chicken, or some. I don't like doing fish personally because fish doesn't withstand that long in the refrigerator.
You have to eat that fresh.
Yeah, like you have to, like you can freeze it, and it'll preserve longer. But what I don't like about fish is that when you go to reheat it, you like stink up the place. Yeah. And so like every time I've been like in a workplace and I have to reheat fish, it's like, oh, you're the mother trucker that's over here reheating fish and you stink up the whole office.
Yeah.
I don't like being that guy. Yeah. And yeah, so if I eat fish, it's more of like I'm meal prepping that Sunday. I'll throw like a fresh salmon on the grill or a fresh ribeye on the grill, and I'll just have for that day. Once I'm done meal prepping, I'll do it that day. When I had a little bit more cash and I was living on my own, I'd throw that big ribeye on there, boom, because I'd be cooking in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself to this today. So, but yeah, man, that's been going well. And if I start selling it, I'm kind of like, I'd like to like have like a little menu, and say, what's your protein? What do you want for your carb? What do you want for your veggies? Mm-hmm. And then have different prices for what it is.
And then you measure it based on like the macros that they have to bring in, because obviously, like, are you just going to do the base set, like this is how I meal prep, so you're going to get the same portion size as me, or would you want to work out a plan? Because I've been in situations where you pay for a plan, right? Mm-hmm. And then they have like a BMI calculator, but then beyond that, it'll break down, okay, are you trying to bulk, lose, or maintain? And then the carbohydrates,
you're right,
the fat, the protein, they all adjust and change based on what your goals are.
I think if I have to do all that, I would probably charge a little bit more. If you tell me, hey, I just want what's on the menu, that's what I'm gonna pay. But if you're like, hey, I need to have hit these macros. Like if you know what the macros you gotta hit, that's one price. If you don't know jack nothing, and I have to go out there and make a meal plan for you, I need to dedicate some time to see what your body needs, then I'm gonna charge you a little more.
Right.
Because now you're getting another service. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it. But I have enough fire to do it, because sometimes my grill is still going after I'm done, because I do everything on charcoal. Mm-hmm. And I put love into it, and I have all the time in the world right now on Sundays to do it. If I'm already hot, I'm already doing it, I just gotta cook a little more, I'm down. And if that means I can help someone out and make a little bit of cash doing it and getting my meal for free,
smart.
And I'm good at it.
You do derive, and I do specifically. Like I don't want to speak for you, but I derive a lot of enjoyment out of cooking, mm-hmm. and just doing anything. I think creatively with food. I think it's an amazing creative way to express yourself. I love serving people. Like sometimes I enjoy more. I get more satisfaction out of actually serving and like seeing other people enjoy what I have or what I've made, more so than like me enjoying it and eating it.
Right, you get that enjoyment from just doing
that. It's also, I think, just our culture and like our house. Like that's how my parents always were, and my dad cooks up meals. I remember you would always joke like whenever you would come over, my mom would have like a spread of like different sweets and candies and cookies and stuff. But also just I just love cooking. It's something that I'm just so I just get into this like. You've seen the movie Soul when he's playing jazz?
Yeah.
And I always think like, why haven't I explored that a little bit more? I think
cooking or playing jazz.
Cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like and it's something that I think we've kind of teased a little bit recently about what we want to do on this channel a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that we do want to do.
Cooking's in our blood.
Cooking.
It's in our DNA.
And that won't be the
and it's in this channel's DNA.
Right. Since the beginning, yeah. But it's not going to be the only thing that's on the channel. But it's definitely something that I do want to introduce a little bit more heavily. Just because it's so much fun. And obviously it wouldn't just be like, today we're going to make a souffle. It would be like, hey, today we're going to make, Darth Vader pizza.
Yeah, like some blend of like epic mix. Mealtime with like... Which shout out to Epic Mealtime, man. That was such a good series. I used to love watching those shows.
So okay, here's the thing. I haven't really followed up with
Harley.
Well, not Harley, but just like that channel or what happened to those guys. I remember I saw them at E3 and different conventions here and there. I watched it back in the day, and then they did like I know they were on some sort of reality show, or they had like Epic Mealtime, the TV show.
Yeah, they had a TV show.
I think that kind of like
kind of flopped.
Well, no, I would say like it kind of changed their brand, and at least to my knowledge, I don't think it worked. The YouTube recipe
didn't work on TV, and that goes for a lot of these YouTubers
that ended up on TV. Saying like majority 99.9%. Yeah. There's a thing with like old media and new media, and it's a lot of conversations of old media trying to figure out what makes new media so great, and then they either try to replicate it or they try to create some sort of a deal with whoever that creator is, but it never translates.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's because one wonderful thing about what YouTube has cultivated is allowing a creative situation where the creator, the sole creator, is the person making all the decisions. They're the executioner, the judge, the jury. I said that way out of order. But you involve a studio, which is great because they have a financial backing and they have the ability to get your stuff out there marketing-wise to all their distribution networks and whatnot. But then you got too many cooks in the kitchen. Then you got censorships. Then you got deals that you have to, abide by. Then you got, you can't say that, or you can't creatively do it. It's just, so you can see that whenever there is that jump, there is like this collar that's put on the creator, and it's sad to see because, most of the time, you don't see it too often now because I think
they learned that it just doesn't work.
Both sides, I think, realize. I think old media is like, you know what, we can't compete with them necessarily in this space, so we should just continue to do what we do best, and
keep sucking and dropping in ratings.
I mean,
I haven't seen new media kind of like anything catch my eyes really. A lot of it's just been like
new media is social media stuff, like influencers.
Yeah, I'm saying old. Did I say new? I meant old. I haven't seen much of that, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm super.
Old media is like movies and stuff, and television, and like, so like, there's been some movies that have really popped off this year. There's been a lot of, I think, series that have stood out.
But I'm saying I don't think that like movies. I wouldn't think like movies were targeting like YouTubers to launch their stuff. To me, it was more like a TV show, like a TV station that reached out to like a YouTuber and was like, hey, you're doing really well. Can you kind of formulate a show? It was kind of like that. It was kind of like TV that was only really kind of trying to get into this space that I think kind of like flopped.
I see.
And I know when you were talking about your dad cooking and all that, I wanted to say like, and I think that's why like, the fact that people get so much joy out of seeing other people like try their food, eat their food, and enjoy their food is the same reason why if someone doesn't try your food or eat your food, that it's such, to me at least, it's such a sign of like disrespect. It's like, I put all this time, all this love, all this care, energy into this meal. The least you can do is like try it. Right. And the fact that, or like maybe you serve yourself and you just eat like a little spoonful and you're just like, and then you leave the rest. Right. I just feel like that's why that is such a sign of disrespect.
I've always been a clean the plate kind of person and just respect whatever is put on the table. That being said, I think that while that does bug me, it's possible that these individuals that act like that, they don't cook themselves and they don't necessarily understand how much work goes into it. It's a labor of love. It really is. And I think that when you enjoy it, you have an understanding and a respect for cooking. This has been memed a bunch, but it was funny. I was thinking about it the other day, how like classic like 90s, even early 2000s like films, they always have the teenager, sorry mom, I'm late for school. They grab one piece of toast. And then the mom has like stacks of pancakes, a plate of bacon, eggs. Like it's like a full-fledged like American style breakfast. Sorry mom, gotta go, bye. And they grab whatever they can and they leave. Oh, dang.
Oh, you missed out.
It's like how I wouldn't care where I gotta go. If you got a full spread breakfast out for me, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna
make my grand slam to go.
Yeah. I mean, first off, food's expensive.
Yeah.
2, who's waking up that early in the morning saying, I'm gonna make like all this bacon, sausage, pancakes?
Our dads.
Yes, but it always bugged me in movies.
No,
I'm like, this, whatever's gonna happen in this movie, it's sci-fi now. This is not real.
It's not real.
It's not real. This is
Everything
not real.
from here on out, now I know this is all fake news. Yeah, man. Mentioning food, our fathers. I gotta give a special shout out to my dad, who turned 55. So, I mean, he'll understand the English, but if you don't mind me, I wanna say a little thing in Spanish, to all our Latinos out there. But nomás le quería felicitar a mi papá. Felicidades por cumplir 55 años de vida, papá. Te amo, que cumplas muchos más. I love you, Dad. So shout out to all the fathers in the world. I made a post today. If you guys still have your father, if he's still with you, be sure to tell him you love him. Give him a hug. Give him a kiss. Do it all, because I unfortunately couldn't do that today because I don't live with them at the moment. But if you guys have the chance to hug your pops or your moms, do it. Tell them you love them. And again, happy birthday to my dad. By the time you hear this, you're already going to be 55 and a couple days old. So thank you. Oh, dude, one more shout out. Since we're on the topic of food, parents, and all that. My mom. Remember I showed you I think I talked about it too. She made those tamales, tortillas.
Yeah.
Bro, so she's been killing it, man. She just sent me a video. She's like, look, like how much I'm coming in right now. I guess like the orders are coming in hot. She's like super excited.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Like, I want to get my mom like on social media, because there's so many like people out there that are just like, it's just like your average mom that's like doing some household cooking,
Yeah, there's a guy, like, he has like 2 Italian grandmas, and he's like, hey, Nonna, what are you cooking today?
I'm making them a sauce and making you a spaghetti.
I'm making you the spaghetti.
It's so, I just love it. It's so
dude.
cool.
And my mom has such a personality, like, dude, I know my mom could kill it. Like, that and her food. Now I'm gonna be like, hey, Ma, you can't post this because this is gonna be in the restaurant. You gotta keep this low key, or just don't include the ingredient list.
Just censor it,
Yeah, just tell them you put a little of this, put a little bit of that. Don't tell them the quantities, because I know my mom has some money makers in that brain of hers.
I think so too.
So I'm just glad that her tamales are selling, the tortillas are selling. So yeah, shout out to my mom out there hustling, man, trying to find a way to make it out in this economy right now. So I love you too, Mom.
You see me yawning like crazy?
Yeah, man. I think you need a Red Bull.
I think it's something in the air.
I talked about when we started, I'm like, is this podcast going to be about sleep? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you got to...
Maybe I need to sleep.
Yeah, maybe you got to let us know. How's your sleep schedule been, bro?
Not the best. No, I've you know me. I've never been a good... I've never had a good sleep schedule.
I know.
Never.
Do you want to change that? Like, do you want to work on that? Have you ever, like...
There's no way.
Have you ever, like, thought about it? Like, what would I have to do if I had to make... Like, if I were a doctor and I would have... Because, I did sleep studies before.
That's right.
If I were to, like, run a sleep test on you...
Awful.
And you came back
Failed.
like, yo, you're going to have, like, AFib, articular fibrillation. And
What's that?
I don't remember what it is, but it was bad. It was pretty much like when your heart like skipped a beat. Like it had an irregular beating pattern.
Right.
And that was due to you not having enough oxygen in your blood. You having obstructions in your airflow. Like maybe you have like a deviated septum, or maybe the way your neck is shaped when you're sleeping is cutting off the airflow. Whatever it may be, could be many. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anybody out there that potentially has sleep apnea. But what I learned through these tests is that, like, how important making sure that part of it is good of you.
I want to say that when I am sleeping, and granted, I'm sleeping, so I can't really say, but when I am sleeping, for the most part, I'm getting a good sleep. Mm-hmm. For me, it's just the quantity of sleep. is so bad. So I have to wake up early, right?
What time?
What time am I waking up?
Yeah, what
7,
time?
7:30 every day.
What time do you have to wake up?
7:30 every day. And then...
Do you have an alarm?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. And then... Do you have an alarm?
Yeah.
Okay. I always get so jealous of people. They're like, I have a natural
Well,
body clock.
I usually do. I do.
I
have
do,
a natural body
but there's
clock.
people that they say, all right, I wake up 6:30. You know what? No, like, you wake up at 5. Wait, 1 second. All right, I'll wake up at 5. There's people that can do that. Like, they can.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
I could wake up at 6 or like give or take 5 to 10 minutes naturally, like without an alarm clock. Now, you know, but that's just because that's what I've been waking up to every time.
But then, like, also, it's just not only just waking up early, because then you can say, well, just go to bed earlier. But, like, I can't, because, like, I have things I got to take care of. We're editing stuff. We're doing other things. I have a normal social life. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and this is not, like, how it's been for the last few months. I want to say this is how it's been for the last, like, 10, 15 years.
So that's what I'm saying. If I was a doctor right now, and I were to run a test on you, and I would, let's just hypothetically say, my diagnosis to you is like, hey, yo, it's life or death. Like, you don't do this in the next 2 months.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be like...
God, it is going to get...
Like, this is going to be really bad for you.
You keep this up, you're going to shave at least 5 years off your life.
Yeah, like, I'm giving you hospice damn near. Like, you're going to die if you don't do this in, like, a month. Like, you have a month to live.
Yeah.
Unless you fix your sleep.
Okay. In that
case, would you say you would be able to...
I'll find an extra 20 minutes here and there. You know, like, I'll here's the other thing. This is my problem.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who don't get a lot of sleep. I know a lot of parents, right? Young parents. They wake up early, they don't sleep, but then they find times to nap during the day. They have a pocket of 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Those power naps, right? They can do a lot. I can't for the life of me nap. If I'm sick, like I'm not feeling good, or something's wrong with my immune system, and I'm, just drowsy and groggy and stuff, maybe I'll doze off a bit, but I can't. I'm not a napper. I know you are.
Yeah, I could take naps.
You were just napping a second ago.
Probably. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but I'll only nap like on the weekends. You know, like on Saturdays when I wake up, go to the gym, and I can come back and just. The key is you have to literally put your phone away. And I like I said, I need to have like music or I need to hear sound in order for me to fall asleep. So all I would have to do is like put my phone away, let it like play some music to where it's high enough to where I can hear it, but low enough to where it's not keeping me awake. You find that happy medium, and I just lay down, cover myself up, and I'm out. Like and even that is like I know that it's just gonna be like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'll get up feeling refreshed. But I can only do it on the weekends because throughout the week, it's kind of like you're saying, it's all set in stone with what I have to do.
Right.
But it's all about setting a plan. So that's why I was telling you, for me, just how it is like with my diet that I've been doing, I also have like a sleep plan. And you can set it up on your iPhone. If you haven't, you can do it on the previous OS, but if you update to the new OS, it's even better. There's a new app, OS 2. I know you have your watch as well, right? Your Apple Watch.
It doesn't work right now, yeah.
I have an app. You can have the free version or the paid version. I believe it's called Sleep. It's just called Sleep. Anyways, and you set up a little timer, and it tracks you every night. Because I go to sleep with my watch.
Okay.
It's called Pillow. And pretty much because you have one of the newest watches, right?
Yes.
So these have a blood oxygen sensor in it, so it determines your blood oxygen level, and then also, since it's keeping track of your heart rhythm, when you're in REM sleep, your heart rate shoots up. And I used to see this in the studies, and it was so easy to see. At this moment, this person has REM sleep, and we had to mark it on the sleep chart.
It's that big of a difference.
Oh, it's huge. Your heart is beating so fast when you're in REM sleep. It's ridiculous. Wow. So
is that why a lot of people they pass in their sleep?
I don't know if that's why, but like if you were to ever see like a sleep chart, it's cool. Like there's different levels, and the people that study this, like, oh, you're in level 1, level 2, level 3, you're in REM sleep, or this is where you had an obstruction or whatever. Now the watch is not going to be able to diagnose you with sleep apnea because obviously Apple doesn't want to get sued, but there's enough technology in this watch to give you I'd say, just based on my experience working in this industry, the data that you're able to get with your watch, because you can also activate the sound, but that's with the paid version. It'll also, like if you're snoring, it'll pick it up. If you're sleep talking, obviously it'll record it. Like you can opt for it to record it and stuff.
Wow.
And then it would really tell you. And this pillow app will then tell you like it'll give you a rating based on your quantity of sleep and your quality of sleep. And ever since I've been tracking it, my quality has increased. And again, I try to be asleep by midnight and to wake up at 6. I try to get 6 hours of sleep. I don't think I hit that 50% of the time. And I feel like crap a lot of the times. But at least I'm aiming for that. And like no matter what, like I have an alarm that I just turned off to record while we're recording the podcast, but it shuts off my phone. Like at 11:15, my phone automatically goes into sleep mode so that I don't get any notifications. The screen dims, and you can set a bunch of settings. I'm just letting everyone know like that's what I do, and it helps because I know it's not perfect, and I'm not in bed. I'm in bed by 11:30, but I don't go to sleep right away. But at least you kind of like train your body into doing it, and then it's not 100%, but I've been getting better sleep, and I feel more energetic. And I think a lot of it also has to do with me actually like going to the gym and doing some exercise, because everyone thinks that like you go to the gym or you do this, like you're gonna feel so out of energy. But if anything, it just gives you more energy. Yeah. Like I had such a good walk today. Like I was walking and I'm like, dude, this isn't fast enough. And I'm like, I put it up a little bit more, put a little incline, and there I am, just boom, boom, and I'm watching my heart rate. And okay. And like this watch, like, shout out to my brother, my sister, my family that gave it to me like 2 years ago. I didn't use it like really until like this year, that actually like took advantage of it. I swear, like, I know there's more watches and more that are dedicated to like sleep or whatever, but these Apple Watches, man, for what they are and the integration with your phone and your AirPods and everything, like you can't go wrong. If you have an iPhone, get it out. I think they just released a new version too with the iPhone 15.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I need to update my watch. I updated my my phone.
Oh, finally?
Yeah. Nice. I mean, it was like a week later.
Yeah.
It was a week later. I'm always apprehensive to jump on it because generally there's like bugs, or they're like, oh, this feature doesn't work, or this messes with that. It seems like this time it was pretty good.
I mean, they have those developer beta tests, so they squash a lot of the bugs by the time they release the retail version.
Do you have a favorite feature, like new thing?
I'll start with the things I don't like. That I'm getting used to, but when you're in iMessage and you want to send a photo, like before, it had that like bar, and mine was already defaulted to photos, and it was just a simple click, and there were the photos. Now it's kind of like you just gotta long press it a little bit, and then the photos will pop up. But to me, it's just like that extra little step that like I don't like, but it's the addition of like being able to push that button, and then now a vertical list comes up. There's a lot more things you can kind of do. So you gotta take away the good with the bad. I think overall it's a better feature, but just because I message photos so much that it's kind of like, but like to send all the other stuff, that's cool. I like how like the new layout is for like phone calls now.
Oh yeah.
Like you get that like big portrait, who's calling. You can like change what their name looks like and all that. You can really update all that.
Also, like Apple Play got updated as well.
Oh, it did? Oh, yeah. I don't have that. I don't know. I don't have that. But,
it's really cool.
Apple CarPlay, I hear, is one of the best.
CarPlay.
I hear it's like the best. Even like, I think Joe Rogan was going off on it like months ago. He's like, man, Apple CarPlay, like they really got it down. He's like, I got it in my Tesla. He's like, that's amazing. And like when people like, I have a lot of people that are like Android fanboys. So, but man, CarPlay, it's unmatched. I don't have a car with it, but the next car I have, I'm definitely gonna get CarPlay because it's awesome. The integration with your phone, the maps, the calls, the texts.
It's really good.
And like I want to get Apple Music too.
I have that.
Because I don't have any service. Like I have Spotify, but it's the free one.
Yeah.
I refuse to pay YouTube Premium, even though a lot of the music I listen to is on YouTube. Because you can get like random songs that you're not gonna find that are official tracks.
I also just like the hour-long compilations of whatever.
Right.
That's so nice.
And then like with Apple Music though, there's you get probably the best sounding music because they have the Apple lossless codec like installed, so you can get like the highest quality of music using
spatial
Apple
audio
Music.
too.
Yeah, you can if you get like the headphones and all that, it's ridiculous. And then they have versions of songs that are like, for example, there's a song in Spanish. It's called El Azul, and anywhere right now, like on any version of the song, they have a part that's just like completely edited out, because it's in reference to like some bad stuff. But on Apple Music, it's all there, and then it has the lyrics that are integrated. That kind of like how the captions, it auto caption, it just bounces perfectly with the songs. You have your animated like background. So this has turned into an Apple commercial, by the way. We're not Apple fanboys by any means. No, we are. But I love that's what when people ask me why do you like Apple, like it's what's it called, inferior to all the new technology and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, but like to me it's superior with all the features, integrations that are just they just work perfectly with each other that I don't think you can find on any other platform. So I'm just gonna say it like that.
Which is cool about that is what is what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Is that was Steve Jobs' whole thing. It was to create a holistic, like integrated, one-stop shop lifestyle type computer experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that became a reality. Yeah. It really, really did. With iPads and just everything. It's all connected. It's all cohesive, and it's so nice. You're working on one device, and you can simultaneously just jump to another device if it's all hooked up to the same iCloud or whatever, and continue to do whatever you're doing. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I mean, I know like there's a lot of people that don't like Apple.
Yeah,
and I get it, and they're a big corporation and all that, but
but to those of us that do,
I do like their products, and I like their brand, and the whole. I don't know. There's something people either love Steve Jobs or didn't. I really loved. I liked the man. I thought he was really, really a smart person, and I know he was very erratic, and he had a personality on him. But I feel like some of the best thinkers in the world were all kind of a little unhinged, in a way.
Everyone's a little crazy. And every genius has been a little crazy.
A little bit, and so I there is a part of me that is just a fan of him as well, and I want to continue supporting that.
Long live Mr. Jobs. Thank you for everything. Has there been an Apple product that like you haven't owned? Like, I think for the most part I've owned everything in like the ecosystem except an Apple TV. I've never owned an Apple TV.
What else is there? Because like I don't currently have the tower, like the Mac, but I had it at one point. That was my last computer. I've had the laptops.
What'd you do with your Mac? Your iMac?
I still have it. I had not have the PC. But yeah. Like I think I want to say I've had everything, right? I've had the iPad.
Like you can say you've had the desktop, you've had the iPod, you've had the
right.
iPhone.
I mean, there's other things. Like if you want to go, I'm talking about what like they specific. Currently have.
Yeah, like
because what was that thing they had? I know we talked about it. The Newton, the Palm Pilot. Like I never had I never had the Newton. And I'm sure there's other things.
Yeah, like the only modern thing that I haven't personally owned, has been the Apple TV, and I've never personally owned an iPad either. But to me, it's like, what's really an iPad? You know what I mean?
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to get out of it, right?
Yeah.
If you're just on it for social media and texting, I would say just stick to the phone.
Yeah,
but
like,
if you're editing or drawing, or there's a multitude of things where it's super helpful.
Right. Like you had your personal phone, you know, which with your headphones, your watch, like you had your personal gear.
I have the Apple Pen too.
Yeah, you had the artistic stuff, like the laptop, the desktop, the iPad, and then you had like your home theater stuff, like the Apple TV, the Apple Home. So and then the Apple CarPlay is like on the go type stuff. So like it's just how all that can be connected, man. I mean, there's just nothing like it. So yeah, man, thank you to Apple.
Well, there are some really cool, interesting things that were teased that I mean, at least Steve was working on before he passed away, and I think he was at one point talking about creating some sort of a souped-up, like Apple boat or a yacht.
Dang.
I know
that was in the book.
It was in the book, yeah, and
Yeah,
I know
he was
there
working
was
on that.
there was conversations about like an integrated like Apple work desk. I also think like I don't know if there's any validity to this, but there's always been talk about like an Apple car to kind of rival to Tesla.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you think that that'll ever come to light?
Yeah, why not?
You think there'll be an Apple car?
Yeah, why not?
How much do you think the Apple car would cost? If right now, like the base Tesla, well, like let's say like a decent Tesla, I think brand new will probably cost you like anywhere from like 30 to 50,000, roughly.
Right, but they can go upwards. I think like
How much you think an Apple car would cost?
$100,000 easy.
100K.
Base. I mean, you look at their computers, how expensive they are,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't really even have to explain it, and you just accept it because you're like, well, I'm an adopter. Like I buy their products. I'm here now. I want that. That looks nice and shiny. If you want it, I mean, if you want to have a nice Apple car that's integrated with everything you currently have,
What do they call it?
iDrive. I don't know.
iDrive.
What
You
would
drive
you call that? I mean, it would have some sort of an Apple pun, I'm assuming, right?
the iCar. Would it just be the iCar?
It's too easy. But then again,
The Itamobile.
well, like they have AirPods, right? So that's a cool little name. Like it might have, and it has nothing with the I or Apple.
Or just Air. 'Cause, like
Pods. So
iMac Air.
this could
iPad
be,
Air.
I don't know,
Road car. road car. Road wheels.
You know what's funny? They will probably like in the event that they do this, they'll
Mhm.
come up with it, and we'll be like, "Oh, that's genius." Why? Oh, of course, it's like right on the money.
Of course.
I will challenge anybody who's listening to this, come up with a name of what an Apple car would look like, and
I feel like
we'll pick our favorite one.
I feel like they'd make a air cycle before they make like a air car. And I picture like a Tron kind of bike, but like all white, like matte white, with like that bluish blue, like the wheels, and I don't know. I just something to me like a sleek bike. I feel like something is what Apple would do, and it'd be like all electric, and then I can see them making like e-bikes, like the actual bikes.
Like a Peloton? Kind of
Yeah,
thing?
I see them going like that route first.
Okay.
Something that like the average person will kind of more use on a day-to-day basis that hasn't really been Apple-fied yet, or like you have your e-bikes, but it's like, why doesn't Apple just make the Apple e-bike?
Right.
You know, it's like Tesla's not doing that, and then you build enough capital doing that to where like now you're testing the technology on a smaller scale, but with more people, so you get more data, and then you go through that, and then you bring out the car. I think that's what I would do if I was running Apple. That's what I would do, and I think imagine how many bikes there'd be in New York, like Apple bikes, boom, and then you just be like, dude, you're getting there faster than a Tesla or anything, because
Is it like a hybrid where it has a little electric motor to it?
Yeah, like it's just gonna be purely electric.
The thing is, I don't know if Apple would release like just a straight up bike. Like there had to be some sort of a gimmick attached to it.
Well,
other than just
I honestly see whatever it is, it's gonna come out in the next 5 years. I think that's for sure. Like, I don't think Apple goes...
Like the next business venture for Apple.
Yeah, I don't think that Apple doesn't release anything that has wheels that is meant for transportation. That doesn't come out. Something, they're going to drop something in the next 5 years that has wheels and is for transportation. Whether it's a bike, a motorcycle, a car, a scooter, whatever. If it gets you from point A to point B and it has wheels, it's going to have an Apple logo. I think they release that in the next 5 years. That, and also, do you think they'll ever release an actual Apple TV? Like a big screen TV, all like integrated and stuff with apps, all that. Maybe that it discontinues the actual Apple TV device. Do you see them ever making that?
I don't think they'd ever discontinue it because you're limiting your market significantly. Because I can attach it to any TV that I have. Mm-hmm. So I think they'll continue to do the Apple TV.
And it'll be like the Apple TV Plus or something, Pro, and it's the actual screen.
Yeah, I mean, I can see them doing that. I'm surprised they haven't done that already.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't been made already. Like they made I believe when the latest tower came out, they released a like 27 or 32 inch super OLED display.
It's darn near a TV.
Yeah, it's like huge. Damn near a TV. But man, that itself was ridiculous. It was like 4,000, I think. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, an Apple TV, it's gonna be expensive. Imagine, okay, a big.
You guys better start liking and subscribing this damn podcast if we're gonna afford one of these things.
Like a big screen, like on average, you see it like Costco or whatever. It's like 55, 62 inches.
Dude,
Can you imagine? So that would mean that like a 32-inch computer, which basically is like a TV, right? Mm-hmm. You double that. Are they going to ask $8,000 for a TV?
Probably more, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
$10,000 for a television set?
Yeah.
Would you spend $10,000 on a TV?
No,
I wouldn't either.
No, I mean I wouldn't, but there's a lot of people that would though.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy. If I had money and I was gonna live in a nice home, I would deck out my home with everything Apple.
If money wasn't an option, of course.
If money wasn't a thing, and there's people like that, and that's their market audience for their core products like that. Like who really has the what was it called? The Apple, the iMac, no, what was it called? iMac Pro? No, it wasn't called that.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but it was like their desktop computer.
Yeah.
And it was just like the souped up version that cost like $8,000.
With like the H3 thing or whatever it was called.
It had like HDMI 3. It had like freaking 64 gigabytes of RAM. It had a core.
There's a core something, right? What was it was something that was like super.
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Powerful in it. I don't remember.
I forget the name of it right now.
I'm not a specs person. I don't really. Yeah, I'm horrible at that kind of stuff. I forget
the name of it, but that was like $8,000 base, and then you had to buy the screen, and then you had to buy this. So
wait, that was $8,000?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, pretty sure.
I gotta look this up. That wasn't that much.
Yeah.
What was it? Which one?
It's iMac. iMac is the thing. So it was called the. How do I not know what it's called?
I don't know. Desktop?
It's not even...
The tower?
Yeah, just look at like Apple Computer Tower. It's like something Pro. The iMac Pro, the
one that looks like a cheese grater?
Well, that was the... Yeah, the cheese grater one.
What is this?
Let me see.
But look at this. Okay, so this one right here is
the Mac Pro. Yeah, Mac Pro.
6,000, right?
Yeah, but
why is this one $34,000?
Oh, dude, because of the upgrades that you can put on it.
What would you need that for?
That they use for like professional
rendering
movie editing. Yeah, like movies and high end stuff. Yeah.
Certified. Wow. Yeah, and they're selling this on the Apple website.
Yeah. It's the Mac Pro.
Holy F.
But that's just the tower. Like, you still need the display.
This is insane. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like,
Yeah,
I knew of this. I didn't know it was sold for this much.
Yeah. So, like, MKBHD did a video on it when it first came out, and he bought one that was, like, super maxed out. Because he films on, like, red cameras, you know, and all that. And just for, you know, for the culture, got one. I'm sure Apple probably gave him a cut on it or whatever, but...
Yeah. 33,000. There you go.
Yeah, so he, like, souped it up to the, you know, all the bells and whistles. And, I mean, the people were asking for it because it had been, like, decades, or maybe 8 decades since, like, the previous Mac Pro came out.
Okay.
So, like, people were like, when's the Mac Pro coming out? They wanted that computer, and it's like, all right, you guys wanted it? We delivered it, and then some. And then people were like, damn. Because I think, like, I'm telling you, I think base price was, like, $8,000.
Okay. I'm very curious how those sold, though. $8,000?
You gotta think, like, they price them to the point where, like, they make enough money back by already selling a certain quantity. And I can bet my life savings that they probably made their money back on that. Because, look, like you saw, that one's like $30,000. Well, what does that mean? Well, they just put an extra bit of RAM in there. You know, they put a little of this, a little bit of that, but they make their money on the accessories. So it's like, if they're already made their money back.
And also just the notoriety of like, oh, I have an Apple.
Dude, man, if I walked into someone's house and they had a Mac Pro, bro.
You're leaving with it?
Hey, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do to live with you? Like, I'll say, bro, it's like you walk in and you see a Lamborghini or a Ferrari in someone's garage. You're like, okay, all right, you know, you mean business. What you got? You know, so yeah, man. My cousin Louis had a Mac Pro, like one of the older ones, and I always wanted one. I always wanted to be like Lou, you know, get a little Mac Pro. There was a one in the photos there. I don't know if you saw, but it was like a cylinder. It was a black cylinder.
Let's see.
That was the generation before the cheese grater. So they released a Mac Pro, and it was like this small little tower, and they made it like they engineered it in a way for it to have like this one circle flow. Yeah. So that was the Mac Pro. People really liked it. That was also expensive. But then it's like, all right, next year they give you the cheese grater one. Or like 2-3 years later after that. But once they bring that one out, like they don't update it. Like I think that last one came out like, you know, a couple years ago.
I'm astonished, honest to God. I'm looking through this right now and I'm just like, I can't believe these prices.
Can't believe it, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, good for them, you know?
Yeah. Good for you guys, whoever has a Mac Pro. Watching this video on a Mac Pro. I ain't jealous or nothing. Let me get your Mac Pro when you're done with it.
So Mario Wonder is going to be coming out soon. Got some Mario games out in the future. What else is there really from Nintendo that or just in gaming, I guess, that is kind of on the horizon right now? There's a couple things that Nintendo announced. Not
gaming
long ago.
Wise, not really. I don't know, man. I've just been. The only thing that really is exciting for me is, believe it or not, I actually kind of want to try out this new Call of Duty coming out. I know.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I guess it's a remake of Modern Warfare 3, and so it's kind of like updated.
What's it called?
Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a. It's
so
like a reboot remake. It's a reboot remake.
Kind of like Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, and that game supposedly is really good. Yeah. It looks cool.
It does look cool.
So yeah, I guess they like remade a bunch of classic maps, and from the Call of Duty community that I do follow, like they seem to like a bunch of features that are coming back that I guess the Call of Duty devs had taken out. So I'm looking forward to that, just to try it out. You know, I mean, I've been playing Halo for 2 years now. I love Halo, don't get me wrong, but you know, if we want to bring in a little bit more audience, maybe got to try something new. Maybe I like it. If I like it, great. If I don't, whatever. At least I tried it. And like my thought process is this: it's like, man, I've hated Call of Duty for so long just because it was like Halo's competitor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I mean, technically Microsoft owns it now because they own Activision.
Okay.
So I'm like,
It's the same
everything's
house.
under the same umbrella now. So, well, why not? Let's give it a shot.
It's also different enough. Like if it was in space and you're shooting aliens and you're part of this.
Oh, you hear that?
Oh
my
no!
God.
The silent killer? How'd you know?
Oh my
He
god.
wasn't even banging and you knew.
I heard him, bro, from a mile away. They say dogs can smell from 7 miles. I can hear DK before he even comes out the cage, man.
You know what's funny?
Doing?
You know what's funny? Last week we gave him a bath. He was a little stinky.
Oh, he was
The week before that we had to wrestle him. Today he came in, he looked at us, he walked away. That was the quickest I think he realized. He's like, you know what? I'm keeping an eye on you. Right?
Right.
But
Sorry, he's going crazy right now. I gotta take care of business, man. Let me put him away.
yeah, he walked away, but yeah, just
No. I'm gonna go get him.
you want him to sit down with us?
No. He needs to go to bed.
Okay. I think we all need to go to bed.
Sheesh.
I was really happy with last week. We had the longest episode of the Attic we've ever had. I think it clocked in at an hour and 25, which was insane. Which gave me.
It was a great episode too.
Well, I was scared rendering that thing because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna go through. I try to add a little video element. I know we haven't had a camera set up yet. I know it's something that we want to do, and build up to, but I like to put something in the background that semi relates to what we're talking about, but that causes the rendering to be
a lot
off.
more, yeah.
Because I have things layered, and I put little effects on it, so and it's a long episode. It's different than just rendering a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video.
Right.
So the last episode amazingly only failed once while rendering. The episode before that, which was the
Oh yeah, you tried rendering that 20 times.
Oh my lord, that was a nightmare. I'm surprised that one went up. There was one point.
Almost a forgotten episode.
It almost went up with no graphics, nothing, just audio. Take it or leave it. Love you guys, but I just can't do this right now. Kind of a situation, but it worked out for the most part. I did have other effects and things that I wanted to do, but it just wasn't in the cards. So we'll get there.
And shout out to everybody that sent questions in last week. We're still taking in more questions. We still have to talk about Young Romance, but hey, we're gonna have to wait till another episode.
Well, not only that, but thank you again to everybody that submitted things for the Donkey Kong Balboni Kong contest.
Yeah.
We had some really cool designs come through.
Have we picked the winner for that?
We will be announcing it today, actually, as a reel. Today or tomorrow. Okay. So just keep an eye on the channel.
Okay.
Keep an eye on our socials if you follow us, and a reel or a short or something will go up announcing the winner, and then we will contact the winner and send out the trick or trade box to you. Which I'm gonna bring this over really quick. I was slightly confused when really quick.
All right. Where is he going, guys? Where is he going? You better not be going with DK.
It's actually quite confusing on this thing, and I had it sitting on my desk.
Are those chocolates?
It looks like a pack of Oreos, doesn't it?
Pack of Reese's.
So online, I remember when I was putting together the graphic for the contest, very similar. It was actually the same exact packaging, but I think it was half the size.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. And originally, when I was talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, there's 120 packs of cards or whatever.
Uh-huh.
On that graphic, it said 40. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I misspoke in the podcast. So there's actually 120 mini packs. Now,
there's 120 packs in that box?
Mini packs. I think mini packs come with 4 or 5 cards.
Oh, okay.
But then, I think at one point in my mind, I also said there was 800 packs or 800 cards. Because from the corner where this was sitting.
It says boo.
It says Booster Bundle because it's all Halloween themed.
Yeah.
So like I think subconsciously I saw 800
from the B and the OO.
Yes, and then bundles. So I was like, wow, there's 800 in here. But no, there's 120 mini packs of Pokemon trading card.
120
packs
times
in here.
5. There you go. That's
I
600
believe
cards.
there's 5 in a mini pack. Don't quote me on that. But it's a beautiful box set. I saw a lot of people hyping these up online, and I think this version is exclusively sold at Costco. So this is going to go to one lucky winner. You know, if you submitted a Donkey Kong Belboni, or I should say a Belboni Kong piece of artwork to our contest, you know that you potentially could be you have a chance.
Well, look out for that reel, and I think that's gonna do it for us today, guys. I gotta go put Chris to sleep because this man's gonna die on me in a month according to the doctors. So
don't say that.
No, knock on wood. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But I gotta get some bed too. These muscles aren't gonna grow themselves. So thank you guys for coming to the attic.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And let's get Donkey Kong to bed too. I'm gonna big spoon him today. Just cuddle him up. It's cold out now.
That's what you gotta do sometimes. I'll be Little Spoon next week.